Yeah, but like to be in the position we were in, 2-0 up, and all we needed to do was just hold that till half time, and just a moment of madness.
I was saying it to yourself, that's what everyone's saying half time, but I think even 5 minutes at 2-0, the crowd were getting restless. You could sense the frustration from the Czechia players. There didn't seem to be a united camp, to be honest with you. So I think that's what's the most frustrating thing, is Ireland started so well, and I mean played brilliantly. Collins had those chances before we went 1-0 up, and then we went 2-0 up. Then we can see the goal, and all of a sudden we're in a game, and we never managed to get control of it again. But fantastic penalty from Troy Parrott, given how long he had to stand over that penalty.
He almost got there. The keeper almost got there.
The keeper almost got there. It was a sign of things to come, unfortunately. And then this goal, I just watched the referee straight away. Probably the first man in Ireland, I think, celebrating, because I knew the minute the ref blew the whistle, it was going to be a goal. So, I mean, look at this, 2-0. What's on the clock there? Yeah, so probably like 2 minutes, 3 minutes later, we give the penalty away. And yeah, we never managed to look like a team that we would see it out in terms of getting a second goal or a third goal. And while Czechia didn't bang the door down, they had enough dominance.
They were knocking on it for long enough.
And it just felt that maybe they would eventually get a goal, and unfortunately they did. So,
John, I think I had 3 tabs open on the laptop when we were doing a lot of the credit union, looking at flights.
It was the same.
It was there. I mean, the penalty obviously was a huge deciding factor in the game.
Yeah, listen, I know Manning to be no person more disappointed than Manning today. And I sat with my partner. I actually watched that at home, because obviously I'm a big believer. I want to hear the commentary. I want to watch it all. I want to get all the info. And in football, emotion can be your biggest strength and your biggest weakness. And I think the emotion got us 2-0 up, but then at the same time, the emotion caused our own downfall in the game. And I think Manning, I just don't know what he's doing at all. I just think he lost his bearings of the game. You know, all the players were running off high emotions. It was great. We were flying high. And it's just a moment of, you know, just switching off. It just can't happen. I think at that level of football, with the game that it is, concentration is your biggest asset. And he's just messed up. And like, I really do feel for the player, because he's been outstanding in all the games. You know, he was outstanding in the match. His delivery for the second goal was brilliant as well. His delivery all night. And it's just a moment of madness. Mm-hmm. And I think, like you were saying there, I think they were gone. They were beaten. If we got to half-time, you know, I was looking up flights and looking up what the fixtures, and I was saying to my missus, I'm just going to book a flight now just in case, so I get them at a discounted rate. But, you know, it's heartbreaking stuff. And I feel for the lads, because they gave us a lot of pride. It's just, I don't know what he's doing for the penalty, and I'm sure he's going to have to live with that for a very long time.
But the ball's gone away from goal.
Yeah.
Collins has it covered. And the guy's not getting there.
And you see, like, normally you don't see those pull of the jerseys live. Like, I was watching with a couple of mates, and we sort of knew straight away, I think we're in trouble here. Given he'd already, the context of the game, he'd given us, let's be honest, a generous enough penalty. I think it's a new VAR penalty you're going to get. But if that was against us, we'd be devastated. So not that the ref's looking for a reason to even it up, but the minute he sees a pull of the jersey in that context, he's 100% given the penalty. And it was probably the key moment of the game more than the penalties, because as I said, 5 minutes at 2-0, they would have cracked, honestly, you know. But as I said, he's been a great improved player for Ireland, because it took him ages to break in, and he fully deserved to start last night. And I thought he played well overall, but it was just a moment of madness.
And just on the penalties, I mean, Keller was again exceptional when he saved that. I was thinking, we have it again. Palm of our hands. But it's incredibly brave to step up and hit one. And I mean, it is, at the end of the day, it's 50-50.
Yeah, I know. But listen, the Czechia equaliser, I thought was a free out, not a free in.
And that was a key moment, because I started celebrating and thinking he'd given the free, because the camera was zoomed in, which was another thing. The replays we were showing all night, I felt I hardly saw the game, to be honest with you. I thought it was free out, he gave the free in, and because the ball was like a yard closer than the corner, it felt a lot bigger all of a sudden. And then it was a great ball, a great header.
Hit the back of his head.
Well, great
still
header.
Still went in. It wasn't a foul, in my opinion. No. I just don't think it was a foul. You know, they're the things that go against you, or they go for you or against, and they're crucial moments in the game. So for me, it's not a foul, but you know.
Just on the penalties, and not that we were 3-2 up, we had a penalty in hand so we would not penalty in hand. We were first to take it, weren't we? So we would have gone 4-2 up in penalties had Azaz scored. So it's not even that we were just to take the lead. It would have two goal cushions. Okay.
It wasn't in the stars.
No, not to be. It wasn't in the stars either, John, for Northern Ireland. But it was a big ask to go to Italy and get a win.
Yeah, no, missing. I think it was one of the youngest ever Northern Ireland squads and teams that they fielded in, you know, I think World War. And that Italy side is stacked with Premier League and Italian top players.
Yeah.
I think that's Tonali who scored that goal, and he's, you know, I think Scholes put out there a few weeks ago, he's the best midfielder in the Premier League. So it was a tough task, but they held their own in the game, to be honest.
Yeah.
They had some chances.
Yeah, they didn't have that player in the final third who could put the ball away.
They're decimated with injuries as well. I mean, teams like ourselves in the north, you can't have an injury, simple as. And Dan Ballard and Susan Bradley as well for Liverpool, two big key players for them. So disappointment for them also, but obviously Italy were massive favourites, to be honest.
And indeed for Wales as well, who went out on penalties.
And they went 1-up in the shootout as well. So it's cursed.
It goes to show.
It just goes to show. Yeah.
And by the way, Czechia have never lost a penalty shootout.
No.
That was the first penalty they ever missed in a shootout. That kind of saved. Yeah, I think they're now 24.
We were doomed.
So,
We were
anyway,
doomed
sorry,
from the
guys.
50 years ago.
I did all the work.
50 years ago, Panenka took that famous penalty, didn't he?
76, yeah.
And that was for the Czech Republic against Holland. Boys, we'll pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off and go again.